What's up, family? This is your boy, Dr. E. Harlan Scott, doing another request video for one of my members, my man Ronaldo, the War Report. Appreciate it, brother, for the support. And, I wanted to say, guys, join the channel, support the channel by your membership. You get request videos, you get private videos as well, man. It's a great game, some knowledge to empower you. So I appreciate my new members to the channel. But I wanted to just break this one down for my man War because he's been waiting. I've been so busy this June, man. It's been crazy, but I appreciate it. But the spiritual house and how you protect it. It's really the request video from my man Ronaldo, War Report. But the three things in particular that I wanted to really focus on, and I want as black men, melanated men, to understand these 3 points. These are things that I went over with myself, things that allowed me to be successful once I disciplined this thought. But really tapping into your spiritual house, man. And really, it starts in your mind, your spiritual house of mind. In your mind, all these different things are developed. You start looking more inward for answers in your life. You start looking more inward just to achieve certain things in your life. So your essence become what your mind thinks about. So you're actually living in your own consciousness. You start owning yourself again. You understand? You start living a life of bliss. And in the house of mind, everything else comes from you. You have people in your consciousness, and they evolve around your consciousness of mind. So in that house of in that house of mind, your consciousness, people become exactly what you are in your mind. So in other words, how you see yourself, envision yourself, your essence becomes that. Your spirit man becomes that. And in that, the second one is love. And in that second house, the spiritual house of love, is that once you have that consciousness, you want everything around you to develop and done with a certain level of patience. Because with love comes patience. You have to be patient with yourself. Okay? And everything becomes very intimate to you, which is what you know what to seek for in a mate. You know what to see because you're intimate with your time. With intimacy means that you're there, you're present. Most of us don't love ourselves anymore, which is why we're angst with each other. We're non-patient with each other. These are all the opposite things of love. So in that spiritual house, you got to start loving yourself in that manner, which is love is something that you share. Okay, so most people's spiritual house and love department is because they don't really love themselves. They have a true appreciation for themselves and everything that comes with themselves. So black men in particular have to start looking towards it because everything outside of us don't love us. Our women abort our children at a high rate, higher number, millions of babies. They put all this stuff in their hair, on their head, weaves and stuff that breaks your hair because it's not done out of love. It's an insecurity. And so with love, it's more security. That's why people say love me. They want to feel secure, but the love that comes through themselves. And so your love stems from inside out. This is why you can't love somebody if they don't love themselves. That's where these sayings come from. You understand? So understanding that development is spiritual, man, spiritual house, love, allows you to make better decisions. So the third one I always said was your body, your house, your spiritual house, your body. Um, you know, your spiritual house and body is the physical aspect. So these are things that once you start loving yourself, you won't start putting things in your body. You start putting anything in your body. You start protecting that. You start protecting where your essence is poured into. If you're dealing with somebody on an intimate level. So your body has to be protected. It really has to be protected. So understanding how to use your body, when to use your body, these things will allow you to even reduce your injuries because you have a certain care for the physical realm of yourself in that spiritual house. You start to become more aware of yourself, which is why children, when they start looking at their hands, they start discovering their hands, start discovering their feet, and even their eyes, little things they can do with their bodies. Looking at children can explain the spiritual houses because they exist. They are not fully aware, but they're taking it all in a blissful state. Then they start discovering their physical self. So look at children in their development. Young babies, young infants, it's the same thing. They know when to cry. They're testing boundaries of their spiritual self. They're trying to regain memory, what they can do, what they can't do. So these are the things as Black men that we need to really understand and develop these houses. So how you protect these houses? How you protect mind? Well, how you protect mind is if people are not fitting into your consciousness, being able to get something done, something that you have envisioned in your consciousness, you gotta dismiss them. And a lot of times they're dismissed themselves because they can't exist in your consciousness. In other words, if they're not supporting it, if they're not supporting that consciousness. How do I know that's true? Because people come into your life with other states of consciousness try to debunk your consciousness. So your mind has to be protected at all times. That's everything inclusive in there. So like I said, people typically will even wean themselves away because their consciousness is something else. But you have a consciousness of mind. You have developed that through productivity. So through your productivity, it allows you to be, conscious of people around you that's non-productive. So you have to protect that. Because that's slipping off to doing drugs, doing all kinds of stuff that's wasting your time. And then coming with that is love. And so to follow up with the love, how you protect the love essence is because you protect it by not pouring too much of you, sharing too much of you, that's why I said love is sharing. It's a happiness that you feel. You share happiness. But how you protect that is that you can't continue just to share and give because there's nothing coming back to your spirit. Because most of that is taken. They're taking. But you're pouring your essence. But nothing is coming back to you. So you can drain yourself. You can drain that love, which is why people have a hard time with understanding love and what that means, which is why they want it from you. They try to pull love from you. Why you don't love you? These are things that people say they beat you because they love you. That's because you exist in your consciousness, in their consciousness. In your consciousness, you have a certain sense of self, which is why you're secure with yourself, because it's through the love, the spiritual house of love. So you got to protect that, okay? So you have to really start protecting that love house, that spiritual house. Don't pour it all out to everyone. You got to allow people to start loving themselves. That's not something you can do. You can't love nobody if they don't love themselves. You understand? You can have love for them, but you love yourself more to allow people to do the same. So that's what love really is. It's allowing you to have freedom. It's freedom in love because you only holding on to the development of yourself. And that's what love is. Okay. It must be protected in that sense. Excuse the noise as well. So they get louder the deeper they get. And these are Arab chicks, by the way. Here again, my consciousness and their consciousness. They're loud for no reason. You understand? So this is an example too. Not cognizant. And they get hyper. You know, people get hyper in a certain level of consciousness. And that's why it has to be protected. But if you stay focused, which is the next thing, your body. When I talked about the body and how you protect it, it's based on a decision. So if you love yourself enough, you won't put your body in physical harm. You won't put your body and subject your body to doing things that can alter your functionality, like doing drugs, doing drinking, excessive drinking. So your spiritual house of the physical body has to be protected too. So these are things you got to do. So with, like I said, it all stems down to your consciousness of mind. And then with that, you have a certain level of love, and then your body. So when you love your body. So you won't put your body in harm's way. Doing anything that won't benefit your body. You understand? So protecting it, not taking it places, the physical self, places that's unproductive. Clubs, i.e. hanging out at the bars, because the physical body can be subject to somebody even dropping a drink on your foot, breaking glass. Because these things are non-productive. Because you're entering into another consciousness of other people. So you bring your physical self and a consciousness of people that this is what they believe in, getting drunk, being non-productive, no discipline, falling over, slurring over. So your body is going to only follow what all your consciousness and the love that you have for your body is going to reflect in your decisions to deal with your own physical self. You start to discover your physical self, okay? And you have to start to protect it in those ways. So, I don't know, man. These are some of the things that I think about for my life, and then I put these things in perspective for myself, and they tend to work, and like I said, this is just a flow of consciousness. And, I hope this works and allows you to have a better understanding to make better decisions. So, I hope you enjoy this video. The fellas that's listening, I hope you enjoy it. So, man, if y'all enjoy the content, make sure you like it, you share, subscribe to the channel, and also join the channel as well. So, make sure you hit the join button if you want some personal videos with your package. And I appreciate it, man. Love you guys. Peace.